It's good.
Nothing much. It's like motherfuckers always want to ask me if I'm home, if I'm home, if I'm home. I'm just like fucking home.
Right.
And then it's like when they want me, just want to check on me like I'm a grown ass fucking man. I don't have to be home when y'all want me to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stupid ass motherfuckers.
Turn your phone off. That's all. You know.
Oh yeah, my phone's off and shit like that. This is like literally when I was at work, really.
Right.
But I'm good for the most part. Just been chilling.
That's what's up.
Okay, speaker's not connected. All right.
Yep.
All I really wanted to do was do this fucking video today. To be real with you,
Right. What happened with that?
what happened with what?
The video.
No, I meant this video.
Oh, this would okay.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's like I was at work. I was trying to like put some air in my tire, and one of my tire cap can't fucking open for some odd reason. I'm just like, what the fuck? I think it's because of the fucking ice that fucking closed that shit shut. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Then I was at work, and it's like I was trying to get some shit done, and this I got hella interruptions and shit like that. People kept asking
Mm-hmm.
me for help and stuff like that. And then I was trying to do some fucking deliveries. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as I got back to Raleigh, I had to go all the way back to fucking Durham for a fucking Taco Bell delivery, which that was great. That was a waste of time, but hey.
Right.
But yeah, that
That's good.
Ronnie said I'm watching a new episode of Power. Oh shit! I'm not even gonna say shit because Try didn't even watch it yet. That's all.
No.
I'm not
I
even
know.
don't spoil it in the
I know.
comments too.
I know it's good. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You know.
All I gotta say is Diana Spaz. That's all I gotta say.
This she. Wow.
Diana Spaz.
Mm,
Cause I was thinking of trying to do an early Power video and talk about this specific episode because this episode had me fucked up. But
right.
you didn't see. I'm just gonna wait a
We
while.
could we could do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, bet,
Yeah.
bet.
You know what I mean?
Just pre-recorded. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pre-record. And like I said, I don't normally do this, y'all. But like I said, if it's an episode that's very good, that's
It's
catching my
that good.
attention,
It's
it was that. I'm just saying it was that good. I'm not saying shit, but a lot of shit is coming into play.
right. I mean, you know,
Hmm.
it's a great show. So
Yeah. That's why I was telling my friend I'm like more interested in the shows than the movies these days because every movie is like a fucking reboot or a
hmm
sequel.
there was a couple good ones last year, but not a lot. It was just a lot
Right.
of bullshit and mediocre crap.
I agree. What's good, everybody on the chat? I do want to see House of Gucci. I might see that next weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet.
That's when Lady Gaga's in, right?
Hmm
Oh yeah, the new actress that's out now. Yeah. I guess she does fuck music for now and shit.
Yeah. Well, I liked her last album. I thought that was good. You know,
Ronnie said Jay-Z's trial over that reasonable doubt shit.
they really going to trial him and Dame.
I saw the video. I didn't even watch the full headline. And all I saw was Jay Z going to trial. I'm just like Jesus.
Wow, that's crazy.
It seems like niggas are always getting sued for these albums now. First Nirvana, now Jay Z. What the fuck? What's next? They're gonna sue Tribe Called Quest because the album cover for Low End Theory is obscene. Fuck out of
Oh
here.
boy. Oh boy.
If Naomi cover was on that shit, man, that would have been legendary.
Been crazy.
That's why back in the day when the Ohio players used to do albums like that, no one said shit about that. You know what I'm saying? But this whole fucking world is so fucking PC. It's not
Right.
even fucking funny.
Right.
Hey, hey. Yeah, man. Dope breakdown on the maze. on Friday and shit
Yeah,
like that.
that was dope.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for this Janet Jackson documentary this weekend. I'm just like
Right? Let's get it.
coming back with a vengeance.
No doubt.
I already got the review. I'm gonna send this shit while we do this shit.
All right.
Uh, there we are. All right. Got my albums. Okay, I got my albums ready.
I remember Concrete Loop. Yeah, I remember it.
That sounds so effing familiar, but I have a brain fart right now.
Old website.
Porn.
Nah, it wasn't porn.
I thought I heard you say that.
They used to have they used to sell like clothes on there, like a lot of t-shirts and hoodies and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Rest in peace, Regina King's son.
Yeah.
Ronnie said Temptations is coming out with a new album on. Yeah, I heard about this. The 60 album. Yeah, I heard about that.
Right.
I have to still watch that doc. That's one of the things I forgot to watch. Shit, fuck. Went to work crazy. You said what?
Shout out to Bridging the Generations podcast. He had the Temptations on his podcast.
Really?
Yes. He had three members. He had three of the members.
Was Otis there?
I think Otis was there. I
Shit.
want to say Otis was there. That's the homie. He from DC.
That's. I mean, meanwhile, I was trying to get fucking tragedy Gaddafi, but
What happened? He didn't say nothing.
nah, man. He didn't reply back, man.
Does he have anything new coming out?
Not that I know of. I really just wanted to talk about the second album, which eventually I'm still going to, but
Right.
just having like
Yeah.
certain guests on the show, man. It's like niggas act like they
I
want to be
mean,
on some podcast.
hit him up. I mean, maybe he just didn't see it though.
Yeah, I hit him up on Facebook. I don't want to be like one of them overly eager motherfuckers and shit sometimes, you know. But
Sometimes you just gotta ask, and then they'll say yes.
true. It's like I don't know, man. It's like niggas see my name and just be like, oh God.
No, you doing your thing, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. You know, because we're not regional and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Oh boy, that's a good thing.
yeah. It's like, I'm not discouraged. It's just that it just sometimes I'll just be like, yo, what the fuck? You just gotta say what the fuck sometimes and just be
No,
done with it.
you on top of the game, man. You doing it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You already got your fan base, and you're
I
doing it.
feel you.
Nothing to be discouraged about.
I feel you. Though. Yeah, man. I know about Billy Bailey. I don't know why Jeffrey Daniels keeps saying, "Oh, he invented the moonwalk." Whatever, nigga. Like,
I heard him say that too. That he taught Michael.
nigga, we didn't even watch you like that on Shalimar. We only watched
Right, right.
Howard and Jody. Hell,
Exactly.
Jermaine Stewart.
Right. He was the
I mean,
afterthought.
he was an afterthought. I mean, I have nothing against him, but that whole moonwalk shit just bugged
Come
me.
on, man.
It's like niggas always want to take credit for Michael Jackson's success and shit. It's
After
like
the
stop,
game. He wasn't
stop.
saying that when Michael was alive.
No, like was even what Bobby Brown was also saying he taught Michael how to dance. Like, come on,
Come
nigga.
on, man. Bobby Brown. Wow.
Q said favorite R&B documentary. Ooh, that's a good
Did,
question.
did Michael teach him how to take cocaine also?
You gotta take it like this, Bobby. You're doing it too slow. Favorite R&B documentary? The one about Stax Records. I like that one. That was pretty good.
Teddy Pendergrass. That one was good.
That was good too. The Sum of Soul. That's coming up on my list and shit. They need to release that fucking soundtrack. That's what they fucking need to do. Jeffrey Daniels is the Otis Williams of Shop. I'm not gonna go that far because at least Otis got shit business wise together. I don't remember Jeffrey Daniels business wise handling Shalimar. I was thinking about doing a Shalimar month at one point, but
Let's do it. They don't get no enough recognition anyway. So
they don't. Cause I'm already working on the Wild Beef episode on that and shit like that. But I need some more Shalimar albums too. That's the thing. How many albums you got from them?
I got one. I got the Friends album.
Ooh, that's the one I got the fucking one the new wave album from like '84,
Hmm.
and I think I got the first album too.
Right.
But the one I want is a True to Love album with This Is for the Love in You. That's the one I fucking want. But I had an opportunity on getting that shit, but it was like mad expensive for an early '80s album and
On
shit.
on vinyl.
Yeah. But my homeboy did give me some vinyls for my graduation gift, and
That's what's up.
yeah, one of these I'm really excited on getting and shit like that. That's all I gotta say. Cause fucking we got 2 more weeks left. Ooh, ah man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Now you said Pusha T's making music.
Yeah, you got something new coming. A new album.
Interesting. Yeah, you know you always it's good. Q. Hip hop and R&B originally started out. Yeah, man. Like yeah, man. Cause we all created that fucking shit. Ain't no white people create hip hop or R&B. Actually, blacks even had their roots in country music and grunge music too. We don't want to. Let's not talk about that. But hey, so personally, I feel like Megan Thee Stallion's popularity is going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man, it's just like she has this new song with this Jamaican artist called Lick,
Okay.
and it's just like ain't nobody really talking about Megan like that. And then all of a sudden, her boyfriend left her because she's a mean drunk, from what I heard. I'm just like,
Oh Lord, she can have many boyfriends.
where the female right? I mean, I have nothing against Megan, but sometimes that whole thought
Right.
anthem shit can get kind of old, man.
Hmm. Right.
What's up, Cruz? What are your thoughts on DMX featuring Tyrese? I didn't hear that joint yet, Ronnie, because I was on my way home from work when you
Is
had
that
sent me
unreleased?
that. Huh?
Is that unreleased?
That was when he dropped that 10-track EP when he was in this like white beater. He had his hands on his hips or some shit like that. I think that came out 2010 or 2011.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that was one of the darkest periods.
Right.
I was like post Year of the Dog and shit. Okay. All right. Once I turn my lights off and light this incense, then we're about to start. One down, 13 more to go.
Wow.
13. Okay. I know one week we're gonna have to do it on a Saturday because February 5th I may have to do it on a Saturday. That is if I don't go out of town, but I'll give you some more information about that.
It's all good.
Yeah. Alrighty, incense is lit. Door doors are locked. Everybody is sleeping and out, and I can get this shit started. All right, you two, what's happening? Welcome to another part of our event, our 15-week event about the top 150 rap albums. This is your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And yeah, man, thank y'all so much for the support last week when we did this shit. It was very, very fun. Got a lot of. We started off pretty light.
Yep.
Started off pretty light. But I feel like maybe by week 4, week 5, it might get a little tense
Yep.
and shit like that. But we still in the 140s and whatnot. But since I went first the last time, I want to let you go first this time.
All right. Number 140 is an album from a producer that is one of the best even now. He's done a lot of albums with Boldy James, Action Bronson, Freddie Gibbs, a whole bunch of heat from Griselda. And I feel like his own albums are slept on, and I really loved his first album, The Alchemist. First
Ooh,
Retrospect, classic, classic boom bap on this one. You got joints with Lil Banks, you got Prodigy on here, Nas, MOP, Stat Quo, Big Twin, Evidence, classic compilation album by Alchemist, man. 2004.
believe it or not, I never heard that album.
You never heard it? Yeah,
Never
this
heard
one
it.
is his best one because I liked Chemical Warfare, but this one is the better one.
Hmm. You said that came in the 04 or 03.
Oh four.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, since we're gonna stay in boom bap, this album came out in '95. It is part of the whole DITC collection and whatnot. One of the beats Eminem rapped over on 8 Mile, and I feel like that's how a lot of people know this album, to be real with you. But hey, it's Showbiz and AG with the Goodfellas album. This came out in 1995. In my opinion, their best album, in my opinion. I love Runaway Slave, don't get me wrong, but this album just does something for me and shit like that. Just how dirty and dark this album is and shit like that.
Right.
AG, he actually rapped the whole album because Showbiz pretty much stuck to most of the production.
Mm,
And I say most because Lord Finesse and Primo, they added like one beat each and shit like that.
right.
Um, it's known for songs like Next Level, which everyone knows that the nighttime mix, Primo, one of Primo's illest beats in my opinion.
Right.
But to me, I love songs like Got the Flavor with Method Man, Party Arty, Wally World, and the Ghetto Dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
Neighborhood Sickness, speaking Party Arty, rest in peace Party Arty, by the way.
Rest in peace.
Got Your Back, You Want It. I mean, this whole fucking album is just so fucking ill. Love this album. It's out of print and shit like that, so it goes for a lot of money. So yeah.
Dope. 139, an artist from down south, highly slept on. He's still killing it in the game. I think they're like one of the first albums. Like I heard a mixtape from him actually, and I know he was associated with Dame Dash, and he was signed to Young Money. He left Young Money, started doing stuff on his own, and man, it's like I've heard so many mixtapes and albums from this cat, and he's still killing it now. He's still dropping heat, and he's always been consistent. And this is like one of my favorite projects from him.
Mm-hmm.
2012 Currency, The Stone Immaculate,
Ooh.
a great album, and he had like bangers on here with the Neptunes, Capital with 2 Chains. He had Showroom, Chasing Papers with Pharrell, Chandelier. Definitely a solid album. One of my favorite Currency albums. So
I
this is
agree.
definitely dope.
Yeah, that was a dope album and shit. My number 139 is a hip hop album. It's a collab album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These guys have done music with one another over the years, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's Method Man and Redman's Blackout.
Love it.
This came out September 28, 1999 on Def Jam. Very good album. I know a lot of people regarded as very high, and I like it, but I'm not one of those overly motherfuckers that love it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because niggas sometimes treat this like it's like it is their best album, but my only gripe, I felt like some of the production, because when I'm used to like Red and Meth, like they had that those dark melodic productions, but you can tell this was kind of like more of like a party album. It had like a good mixture,
Right.
and with songs like Four Seasons with LL and Ja Rule. It seems like they were always trying to remake 4321 and shit like that. But hey, wonderful cover, the Rock Wilder, Mikasa. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
is a very good album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then if you have the CD, you come up with some bonus cuts like from the previous albums, like we all well all right here
Right.
on the Doctor Name, Big Dogs up to Cal 2000, and of course How High.
Mm-hmm.
But they put it as a How High remix and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
very, very, very good album. It's a classic album indeed. What's up, Joni?
Shout out to Joni. She said Currency is the most consistent rapper of all time. He dropped like 6 or 7 albums last year.
Dead
Definitely
ass.
agree with you. I love Currency. Always been consistent. One. All right, we got 138. This is the first female rapper to ever go multi-platinum from Atlanta. The Brat, 1994, Functified. Classic album. Her best album ever. Still her best album to me. Great production from Jermaine Dupri, and she had I believe the only feature was Jermaine Dupri and Mac Daddy from Crisscross. Rest in peace to
Yeah.
Mac Daddy. She had Functified. She had For All Y'all. She had Give It to You. Classic album.
To me, that's like a better version of that Crisscross album, in my opinion.
Of course, you would say that.
But I don't know if I would call it a classic. I mean, it's a good album. I don't know if I would call it
That's her
classic.
best album. That is like
Yeah,
Jada Kiss got one great album. She has one great album.
true, true. Shit. All right, well, my next joint is an instrumental hip hop album and whatnot. This came out when this guy was pretty much, you can say, going through like his death. But it's Jay Dilla with the Donuts album.
Nice. You got it on
This
vinyl.
yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. This one is a very to me. This is like one of my favorite instrumental albums in hip hop history and whatnot. And it's a fucking classic album.
Yeah.
You know, his last well, his last album, like when he was alive, because I know that they had another one that came out after he died.
The
The
Shining.
Shining, yeah, The
Yeah.
Shining, which that was good
That
too.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah, but this one right here was very good. I mean, it's just pretty much 31 tracks, a short beats that was like 1 to 2 minutes or whatnot.
Right.
He actually did this when he was battling lupus,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the hospital, and he had to pretty much, he had to pretty much do this on his fucking deathbed and whatnot. And so it's kind of crazy because while he was making this, his hands was swelling up too and shit like that.
Right.
And it's crazy too because while it was reported that while he was in dialysis, he didn't want nobody listening to it till it was fully finished. But then he got kind of upset when his mom listened to it while behind his back too and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right.
yeah, man, it's very very sad. That was also fucking legend. And yeah, I said it, y'all. This is a J Dilla album,
Yes.
not a JD. Just letting y'all know. I just letting y'all know because motherfuckers want to say I don't like J Dilla and shit like that. But hey, this one very 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 good album, classic
Yes.
album.
Definitely. All right. 137. We got the God MC, Rakim, 18th Letter. Classic. His best album to me as a solo artist.
Say that again.
His best solo album to me as a solo
Yes,
artist.
yes, yes.
Definitely his best solo album as a solo artist. You got joints by Premier and Pete Rock. Clark Kent is on here. Just a great album, man. I love the production and the joints like the saga begins. That's my favorite. And what's the other? It's been a long time. Produced by Premier. New York. Classic Rakim.
Yes, classic Rakim and shit like that. Because people want to underrate that album. and shit like that. And I get people's opinions, but I don't know, motherfuckers just sometimes kill me with this shit.
Yeah,
The next album we are number 137.
yeah,
This rapper pisses me off sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to his music, when it comes to his music and shit like that, the
mm-hmm.
shit back in the day was much more better than what he did now.
Right.
It's Fat Joe with Jealous One's Envy. Excuse the condition on this album. This album came out in 1995, October 24th to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy too because he had like a lot more or less DITC production. I think Diamond D was the only motherfucker and shit like that too. And you have no showbiz and shit like that. But hey,
Domingo.
yeah, and Domingo too, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a very good album, in my opinion. Very underrated.
Right.
His best album, I know a lot of people say Don Cartagena, which I like it, but it's not. This is my like third favorite album. I'm gonna be real with you. It's my
Mm-hmm.
third favorite and shit. This album to me has songs like "Respect Mine" with Raekwon, very dope track. "Watch Out," which was Big Pun's first appearance on Wax. Of course, Primo did his thing on the "Shit Is Real" and "Success" remix.
Mm-hmm.
I love "Dedication." That's the way they flipped that Tyrone Davis sample. I love that and shit like that. So yeah, this one definitely on that mafioso tip. If you ask me,
Right.
it's a fucking dope album.
All right. Speaking of Fat Joe, this is by coincidence. 136 is Fat Joe first album. Represent.
Ah,
I love it. It's one of his best albums. You got production by Diamond D and Lord Finesse. You got joints like Watch the Sound and Flojo is a debut single. You got The Shit Is Real, the original version. Shorty Got a Fat Ass, classic Fat Joe. I love his first three, so definitely Jealous One's Envy is one of my favorites as well.
yeah, man. That album represented. He was still on that gangster shit. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yes.
Like
That's the
niggas
Fat Joe we should have got at the verses.
for real. It's like all he performed for the '90s, like Fat Flo Joe and stuff like nothing from Jealous One's Envy,
Right.
nothing from Don Carter. I don't think he did anything with Don Cartagena either, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think he
Stupid
did either.
crap. But out of all his albums on this episode, this was one I really wanted to put in the top 100.
Mm,
But it was hard for me, and it's Mob Deep with Hell on Earth. Um, yeah, man, this album came out on November 19th, 1996. They were going through like a lot of shit around this time. They were losing a lot of people. They had like a lot of death they were going through. Of course, whole East Coast West Coast beef. They got into it with Pac and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that whole anger just contributed to the fucking album.
right.
And Havoc pretty much did this whole album by himself and whatnot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because in the other Mobb Deep albums, he would either have like one or two guest producers, like Q-Tip, Alchemist, and so on. But yeah, this one I really, really love this. But it's probably my favorite Mobb Deep album. It was, known for songs like "Nighttime Vultures," "Extortion,"
Yeah.
"Still Shining," "Drop a Gem on Them." One of my
Mm,
favorite
that's my favorite
diss
joint.
tracks. You
Hmm.
said what?
That's my favorite song on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't like "Drop a Gem on Them."
No, I love. No, I love the song. I just felt like they should have actually said Pac's name on the song, but
Okay, got you.
yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one is "Man Down" and shit like that. Oh man, that one's a dope track.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole album is like no fucking filler, and they weren't only throwing shots at Pop because the song "In the Long Run" they dissed Keith Murray
Right.
because they had a beef with one another and shit like that. So yeah, man, this one right here, very dope album, and yes, this is what the front cover of the album looks like and shit too. So
Hmm.
yeah,
All right, we had what is that? 135.
yeah,
135, a Brooklyn rap duo from the hit squad Das Effects, 1995. Hold It Down, their best album in my opinion. You got joints like Real Hip Hop and Dedicated and Microphone Master. So many bangers on this album. Production was solid. The features, KRS One was on here. PMD. You know, the Pete Rock remix of Real Hip Hop, their best album, classic.
Yeah, yeah, that's my favorite album. Like they were at their peak with that album.
Yeah.
All right, 1992, my next album is Ice Cube, the fucking Predator album. If I can find that. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ice Cube, the Predator, classic, very dope album. Um, this album came out around the time when the LA riots was happening and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Probably his most darkest album, and that's saying something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's definitely saying something. Um, it was known for songs. Of course, the best known song is "It Was a Good Day,"
Right.
which that's like his most signature track. But then it also has some of his hardest tracks, like fucking "We Had to Tear This Motherfucker Up,"
Mm-hmm.
one of DJ Muggs and Ice Cube's best collaborations.
Yeah.
Um, this one track, fucking "The Predator," I love the Predator, like the way how Pooh used that Superman lover sample and shit like that.
Right.
But the way he used it, the way it's like he filtered it, but then he slowed the pitch down or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gangsta's Fairy Tale 2 featuring Lil Russ. Check Yourself, which I like the original version more than the Message remix was cool. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
the original just fit the album more
Right.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A fucking timeless album and shit like that. And I like the fact that I love this album cover too. It's just
Mm-hmm.
so fucking ill and raw.
All right, we got another rap duo, a group that I know Reggie don't care for this album, but I think it's a fucking classic, and we never did a review for it. This is the Clips. He'll have Lord Willin'.
Oh Lord.
See the white vinyl. Lord Willin', classic album. You know, one of the best hip hop songs ever with grinding, huge hit. You know, they got joints like I'm Not You and When's the Last Time, Hot Damn, production by the Neptunes. Love it.
Yeah, man. I y'all already know how I feel about the Lord Willing album. So
I know.
all right. This next album, it's again another album where I feel like sometimes people discredit its legacy, but hey, it's Wu-Tang Clan with the Wu-Tang Forever. This came out in 1997, June 3rd to be exact. A fucking dope album. Probably my favorite double disc album. Well, one of my favorites when it comes to hip hop and shit like that. Yeah, man, you know, everyone knows a fucking song Triumph. You know, that had fucking Inspector Deck doing his goddamn thing, one of his best verses,
Right.
in my opinion. It's either to me, it's either that one or the verse from Gangstar's Above the Clouds and shit like that.
That was dope.
Yeah, man. But it also has songs like Cash Still Rules, Scary Hours, and shit like that. Love that one. Reunited was dope. Little Ghetto Boys was pretty good. Like, and this is a fucking double disc where it has little to no filler. Like, I think the only song I probably didn't really care for too much was probably like Black Shampoo and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
Which
loves that one.
which that was it was decent, but
I love it.
yeah, man. If I was to pick one disc, oof, probably the first disc in my opinion, but the second disc is not that bad either. Shit, so that's Wu Tang Forever,
Yeah.
1997.
Second one to me had like the more members on there.
Right.
And like, you know, Hell's Windstaff and Heatism, those songs. I 133, one half of CNN, Noriega, 1998, NORE,
Ooh.
his best solo album, hands down. Banned from TV, one of the best posse cuts ever. I Love My Life with Carl Thomas, 40 Island, Esta Loca, Body in the Trunk with Nas. So many bangers on this album. Like this, I don't think we'll ever get another Nori album like this. It's clearly his best album. Five Nights,
Five Mic Classic, man. Yeah.
definitely.
All right. Gotta go to Take It to the South with this one. This is a fucking hip hop group. that I think people know this album more for the album cover, but it's still a fucking timeless album. It's the Ghetto Boys with "We Can't Be Stopped." This is my number 133. Very dope album to me. The albums from 91 to 96, "We Can't Be Stopped Till Death Do Us Part" and "The Resurrection" were my favorite albums
Right.
and whatnot. This was like their breakthrough album. And it's crazy too because they were going through a lot of shit around this time. For one, DJ Ready Red, he had left the group because he had gotten, I think he had gotten married
Right.
and stuff like that too. And he didn't like the direction they were going to. And then also, y'all should know that Bushwick Bill almost killed himself, which as evidence in the hospital. And it's crazy about this album cover because I was watching the unsung episode. I was doing my research, and Bushwick Bill, he actually felt some kind of way
Mm.
about them doing that. Well, Jay Prince doing the album cover and shit like that because it was just like I'm going through something very traumatic, and y'all just trying to use this for like commercial gain
Right.
or whatever. And it's interesting too because even Scarface was surprised because he was in the unsung and he was like, "Yo, we actually doing this on his motherfucking deathbed and shit like that." But luckily he survived this and stuff like that. But that's something crazy. Like Get Boys always has some very crazy ass stories, man. Like all the members went through some shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ronnie, they had an unsung episode, but to the music, yeah, the music to me, everyone knows "Mind Playing Tricks on Me." It was like their signature song, their breakthrough song. But this song also had other classics like fucking "I'm Not a Gentleman,"
Right.
the title track, "Homie Don't Play That," fucking "Chucky." Like this whole fucking album is a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. Like, um, timeless album. This was really one of the albums that really put like Houston on the map. If you ask
Yep.
me,
Yep.
Ghetto Boys, we can't be stopped.
Shout out to Bushwick Bill Jr. He follows me. Maybe you could get him on the show.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You know. All right. 132. We staying in Queensbridge with a rapper that's no longer
Oh,
here. One of the best MCs, Prodigy. Rest in peace. 2000 HNIC. Five
ooh,
Mic Classic. One of the best solo albums ever in rap, in my opinion. You got Keep It Thorough, YBE. The three joint. That was my joint. Trials of Love. Superb album. By again, Alchemist is on this album, and he did like most of the production. You got Havoc on here. Easy LP. Classic.
yeah, man. That solo album is official, man. I love that
Hmm.
shit. All right. I literally almost forgot I had another final I had to take out, but this one is gonna be a surprise album, number 132. This is a hip hop album I kind of don't hear a lot of people mention, and maybe it's because it's like a personal favorite of mine.
Right.
And it is Boogie Down Productions with the Sex and Violence album.
Yes.
Um,
I love that album cover too.
yes, very dope album cover. This well, I want to say it's the last BDP album, but it could also be considered a unofficial debut solo album of KRS One.
Hmm.
Um, you know, this came out in February 25th, 1992. Around this time, he was going through a lot of personal and professional issues. Like he was getting like a lot of backlash for throwing fucking PM Dawn, bum rushing the show and throwing them on the stage or whatnot. Thank God. Yeah, man, he should have thrown him out the building. But anyway, around this time he was getting into a lot of beefs with rappers like for X Clan. He he had like a little verbal issue with Ice Cube and stuff like that. He had broke up with his wife Miss Melody.
Rest in
He
peace.
rest in peace to her. He pretty much like disbanded the original BDP.
Right.
He had like a lot of issues going around and stuff like that. And like a lot of the people said that the Edutainment album was like very preachy and shit like that too. But so he kind of rebranded BDP with like him, Kenny Parker, and Willie D. No, not that Willie D. It's a different the irony. We were just talking about Ghetto Boy, but
Right.
it was like a different Willie D and stuff like that too. So yeah, man. But back to this fucking album. Oh my fucking god, this album is so fucking ill. Like the song "Drug Dealer," which one thing also I forgot to mention. He actually got into it with Prince Paul too
Right.
on this album because Prince Paul he did "Drug Dealer" and the title track
Mm,
"Sex and Violence," but he also did "How Not to Get Jacked," "How Not to Get Jerked" too.
right.
But Karis One was mad at Prince Paul because he was taking so long to master the beat. So he pretty much just took the unmastered beats from Prince Paul for the album. And Prince Paul kind of felt some type of way. And he didn't really talk to Karis One for years and shit like that too because of that. Um Definitely love Duck Down, classic track, the original way. But he was also throwing shots at rappers too, Build and Destroy. He threw shots at X Clan, MC Hammer.
Right.
He got back at Ice Cube because the reason why he got at Ice Cube was because of the fact that Ice Cube in the song "Rolling with the Lynch Mob" he says something like "self destruction doesn't pay my rent" and some shit like that. And Karis One got back at him for that, and of course the classic, well, the infamous song "13 and Dud." Love that track, but that's a fucking track that got a bad reputation, and especially after what had happened with what he said about African Bambaataa. But niggas weren't saying that shit back in the day, but they wait till now. Y'all know how that shit goes. But yeah, this is an album. A lot of BDP fans probably they liked it because critically it did good critically, but commercially it didn't really make a lot of noise. It only sold I think about a couple thousand copies, but it ended up being like a cult classic to some people and shit like that. Sex and Violence, Boogie Down Productions.
All right. 131.
Yes, sir.
This man has multiple classics, in my opinion. A very great artist. I think this is the best album that Dilla ever produced outside of Slum Village and his own albums. Common 2000, like Water for Chocolate,
Hmm.
classic, one of his best albums ever. One of the best albums of 2000. You got joints like, Cold Blooded and The Light, Funky for You, The Questions, Six Sense. Classic, man. Come on, man. I think I'm gonna have a couple of common albums on this list, but this is one of
Oh
my
man.
favorites, definitely.
Oh man. Trust me. I got a couple common albums myself and shit. I don't know if I would call that his best work because I do like the B album and
The
shit
album
too.
is great. I think it's the best produced album by Dilla outside of his own shit.
You got to hear Electric Circus too, though.
Yeah, I heard it. It was alright. I don't think it's fucking with this though.
You tripping, man.
No, I don't think it's fucking with
It
this.
was just as good as like Water for
No,
Chocolate. My personal opinion and
is
shit.
that gonna be on your list?
You'll have to wait and see. Like I'm not telling y'all what's gonna be on my list. Like, but you'll have to wait and see.
Um,
Shit.
Cruz said C Murder. I actually got that C Murder album. I was
Which
looking
one?
for it, but the Life or Death album that was the one. Like it wasn't on No Limit though.
Oh shit.
I actually got that one.
Got you. I never heard a C Murder album before. So
Yeah, that one was good.
got you. All right. So
Finding
130.
Forever is dope. I don't. It's not fucking with like Water for Chocolate though.
Yeah, it was good, but it was a lot more singing on that album.
Yeah.
It was like a watered down beat. That's just the best way to put it. But my number 131. This is another album not a lot of y'all might be expecting from this artist, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Is Beanie Siegel's "The Becoming"?
Yes. His best album to
Yes,
me. His
his
best
best
album.
album. This is the
Definitely.
fucking. I don't care. It's a hip hop classic.
Definitely.
It's a hip hop classic. His last great album too.
Yeah.
He was doing time in jail and shit like that. I don't know what was he in jail for around this time.
He was in jail for a lot of shit. Like yeah, like gun possession and he had
Yeah.
like an incident at some nightclub and shit like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The gun possession, and then he punched a 53-year-old man in the face. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, shit. Anyway. So yeah, he pulled a Tupac and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And went #1 on the R&B hip hop albums charts.
Uh huh.
I mean, oh my god, feel it in the air. Heavy D's
Classic.
best beat.
It don't even sound like a heavy D beat.
It don't. It sounds more like an Alchemist beat, like
Right.
Alchemist,
Mhm.
maybe Just Blaze and shit.
Right.
Oh Daddy featuring Young Chris. I can't go on this way. It's on with Jay Z. I mean, my only gripe is like every song is a guest appearance and shit. That's my
Right.
only. Well, besides like Lord Have Mercy,
Right.
but at the same time, it all came together. Bread and butter.
Yes.
Grand Puba and
So
Sadat.
that X, yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was dope.
Like like I say, like this was his best album. It's to me is this one, The Truth, and then The Reason. And that's
Right.
that's my top three for me.
I agree.
The Solution was okay, but it's that he was not really focused on the album. That's just my personal opinion. But
They
yeah,
tried to go commercial with that album though.
yeah, that too. Yeah, I remember that. That was the song with R. Kelly, right?
I don't remember. I know he had a joint with that Pharrell Neptune's producer on it.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm like, nah, you can't work with the Neptunes, man.
Yeah. See, that's not everybody can work with certain
Yeah,
producers and
not
shit.
everybody can work with the Neptunes.
He said this album came out when Rockefeller was declining. I want to say they were declining because they still
They
had
was.
Kanye. They still
I
had
mean,
Kanye late
well,
registration.
Kanye was saving them, but everybody else was basically gone at that point.
Well, Freeway was still. Wait, Freeway was not in Rockefeller around that time, or
When was that? Like '09?
this was '05.
Oh no, I'm talking about like for the Solution album though.
Oh, yeah, Solution. Yeah, that
Yeah,
you're
they were
right.
already declining. But for this album, yeah, yeah, the Clay Speedway, yeah, he came out with like his second album around that time, I think.
Yeah, I need to get my hands on Philadelphia Freedom though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this episode, y'all. Shit, that is this episode.
It's just gonna keep getting better, man. Just gonna keep. Next week will be a even better list.
Yes, sir. Let's see what I got for next week. Yeah, I got a few gems for next week. Got a few gems. What time is it? 11:48. I ended up earlier than I thought I was gonna end off. Shit, okay. I'm probably gonna stay on to like 12:15 anyway. Fuck it.
Somebody said Meek Mill. I don't know if Meek Mill making my list.
I can already tell y'all
I
Meek is not making my
I,
list.
I like his first album, but I don't know if it's making the list though.
Ludacris back for the first time. You'll see.
How much we going? What's next? Next week is what from what 130 to what?
130 to 121.
Okay,
Like every week is the 10 albums and shit like that.
right,
But like since February 6th is the day for the surprise review.
right.
If I don't go to South Carolina on the 5th, then we could just gonna do it on the 5th. But if I do go to South Carolina, then we can just do it on the 4th and shit.
All right.
Because hopefully I got a gig. I might have a gig that day. Dope list once again. Appreciate this. Appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? Just loving different kinds of hip hop.
Yep.
Shit. What is going on? So I've been bumping a lot of fucking Robert Palmer lately. I don't know why.
Right.
Niggas call him the James Bond of music and shit.
Addicted to
But
Love. Those joints.
I loved his. Oh, go ahead.
You want to discuss all his albums or just that period?
Well, that period, because like I said, I'm just getting into his music and shit. So I might the album with Addicted to Love and his '86 album, the one with the cover of Sherelle's "I Didn't Mean to Turn You On," which
I remember that.
I don't know what it is. I like Sherelle's version, but I feel like Mariah and Robert Palmer had the better versions and shit,
Uh,
especially on that Glitter album and shit.
you love that good album.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Glitter album is just
Wow.
Glitter out. That's album. I don't know why. The movie, I don't care what y'all say about the movie, but the album is just funky as fuck. I never thought I would say that about Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey funky.
I never thought that either.
Crew said, "What are your thoughts on John A's Saturday Night album? That's a good
That was
album.
good. That was good. They
That's a
didn't
double.
promote it enough though.
Yeah,
They
that's
didn't
a
promote
double
it enough.
album. A double review. We gotta do
Definitely,
next month or after.
definitely.
I want to do that. I want to get the LL Cool J over with.
Oh boy.
You're just not looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
Cause I just gonna get. I just want to say I just reviewed all of his albums and shit.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I mean, well, it's good for me because it's just like I can really say it and it's good for me. But
Yeah.
oh, Q, Robert Palmer died '03, bro. He had a heart attack.
Oh, he died. Okay.
Yeah. No, Q, I don't like Eddie Money. That's that Heartland. I don't like Heartland rock like that. Baby, hold on to me. Oh,
Take me
God.
home tonight. That was a banger though in the 80s.
I mean, Pee Wee's Playhouse theme song was a banger and shit. So,
Oh my god, are you serious?
Beanie Siegel with the cornrows, oh, definitely with the well, because he dropped up a coming without the cornrows and shit too. So,
Right, right.
yo, Ron, you gotta stop these questions.
Yeah, come on, man.
Kanye's late registration. That's a dope album. His best album. You good, Q? Like I said, I'm just now getting into his music. At first, I didn't like the motherfucker. At first,
Right.
I'm just like this. I'm just over here. Only reason why I watch his videos because some white girls dancing. It's like yeah, all them white girls dancing and shit like that. Them American Bandstand rejects and shit.
Wow.
Mm. Oh man, can't wait to come back doing some reviews and shit, man.
Hmm.
Beanie Siegel appeared on Jay Z's Hard Knock Life video. Oh wow! As many times I've seen that video, I don't think I've noticed Beanie.
I don't remember him in that video.
Now Moonflower, we just got finished with 131. Yeah, man. Whew. We're gonna be doing this till April, man. Shit.
Oh man,
Shit.
this is good though. This is
Yeah,
good.
it's good. But wait till we do the R&B review, R&B albums. Oh
We
God,
gotta have BJ on there for that one.
we gotta have Ashley on there too.
Ashley on there. Maybe bring Lamont on there. I want to hear what he think about some of these albums that we have for this list.
The only thing is, if we do the R&B list, it can't really be every Sunday because of Ashley's work schedule and shit
Right,
too.
right. Are we breaking that up one up in weeks, or that's gonna be like all in one?
Oh, it's all going to be weeks. I'm not gonna do this all. I'm not doing this shit. The only reason why we did that with the sitcoms was
Hmm.
because it was something different.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that shit was long. That was like 6 hours we just doing that shit.
for real, it was fun though. But
Yeah.
to this day, I still can't. I remember the face he made when I said Taxi was my favorite sitcom. He's like, really?
Yo.
Huh. Reg, have you met Try in person? No, I have not.
Not yet, but we will.
You will.
I don't care if it's the pandemic is still going on or not. So
For real, man. I
I
don't care
haven't
if I
I
have to go
haven't
to.
traveled in a couple of years anyway. So there's no. I gotta start using my passport again.
But you know, I'm in North Carolina. You don't have to use a passport in North Carolina.
Well, I know. I'm just saying in general. Well, I gotta renew it this year anyway. So it's been 10 years.
True.
You know what I mean?
I think one time when I went to New York, somebody actually drove to New York. It was like an 8, 9 hour trip
Yeah.
and shit like
Yeah.
that.
I went from New York to Virginia. That's like 6 hours, give or take.
Really?
Yeah. Like well, by Greyhound. Like if they don't stop, it'd be like at least 6 hours.
Yeah, man. Greyhound. Greyhound be on it and shit.
Yeah,
I don't think my little Volkswagen can drive all the way to New York and
right,
shit. But if I do go to New York, I'm definitely gonna rent a car and shit.
right, right.
What do you think of Money Waters?
Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters. Muddy is good. I haven't listened to too much Muddy, but from what I've heard, he's good. Or are you talking about the album?
A great album. Some of the Redman album.
I don't know. Because sometimes only people say Muddy Waters, they either blues single or the album and shit.
Right.
Oh yeah, I've been to Cali Q, but it was like when I was like really young, like 5 years old and shit. It was my aunt's wedding, and we went to fucking Disney World or Disneyland or whatever Disney location that was.
Disneyland.
So Disneyland is in Cali. Okay.
Yes, Disney World is in Orlando.
Why? Well, why? What's the difference between Disney World and Disneyland?
Well, Disney World has Epcot Center. Disneyland, I think they have like the castle. It might be out there. That's where they have like the Christmas parades and all that.
But you would think a castle would be in the world, right? Like, I mean, I don't. That's one
I
thing
think
I've
so.
always bothered me and shit like that. It's just like y'all can't just call it Disney Funland or some shit like that. You gotta confuse motherfuckers with this geography lesson and shit. Like worst RZA beats. Oh wow. Oh.
Anything after the W. Yeah.
It's like with the best shit RZA did after the W is not even for the Wu members and shit. Cause I like what he did on Watch the Throne. Cause he did that fucking New Day track.
Yeah, I mean he had like, every once in the blue he had something good, but it wasn't consistent like it used to be. You know what I mean?
Q said, I guess I'm talking about the album. Oh, well, it's classic. Well, that kind of disappointed me because I did want to talk about the blues singer. But anyway, I'm silly as fuck tonight. I don't know. So, see, I've never been to Sacramento. Okay.
I got a homeboy out there though. I haven't been out there. Like he moved from the DX to Sacramento.
I have yet to go to either Disneyland or Disney World. Oh,
Disney World I went to when I was like really young. I went to see remember Captain EO?
yeah, that's one with Michael Jackson, right? Yeah.
Yes, I went to see that. And they had given us 3D glasses to watch. And I remember like they went to the souvenir shop and they gave us like yeah, they had like the Mickey Mouse money and all that.
Right.
Mickey Mouse dollars, yeah.
How old were you when you stopped going to church? Well, I didn't technically stop going to church. I just probably like took. It's just that with the pandemic and I just didn't like being forced to go to church and shit. I just go when I felt like it. Teflon Don, his best album in my opinion.
That's gonna be on my list, just higher up.
Different World or Different World, man.
Cosby Show.
Okay. I mean, I like Cosby Show. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Different World was. It spoke to me more, I guess.
Have you guys ever heard of Nick Wiz? If you all did, what's your opinion? I love
I
Nick
love
Wiz.
Nicholas.
The first Cellar Dwellers album, Realms and Reality, classic.
Oh,
Come on,
please tell me you have that album though.
I don't have that album.
I don't have that either.
I
Shit,
need that
it's
album though.
rare as fuck.
He did stuff on the Mad Skills first album from Where. I know he has a new album out with Shabam Sadiq. I gotta hear that joint. Underrated producer.
For real. Sam said, "I hate church." I don't blame you, Sam. Young Jeezy, The Recession, good album. I know Try don't like Jeezy though, but
Nah, I don't care for him. That won't be on my list. I don't think he
better.
can rap.
Huh?
I don't think he can rap.
I got the coke.
Yeah. He sound like he's always sick.
It's like the effect on his voice. Like, don't get me wrong. When I first heard Jeezy, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with his voice though? But I heard the Let's Get It album. That shit is crack. That shit's fucking crap, man.
I
Like
do have I got the Boys in the Hood album, but it's not for him because of him. I think Jody Breeze was dope with that
I
group.
never cared for Boys in the
You
Hood.
didn't like that?
It was okay, but they were like weed carriers. Like it's. I mean, don't get. I mean, maybe I can re-listen to it because when I first heard it, it didn't really speak to me like the solo album. But
Right.
what was that one song they did? Cause I'm fly, so fly.
Was that on the first album?
I think that was on the second album.
Yeah, I only heard the first album. I didn't hear the
Oh,
second.
never. Okay. Better TV family, the Banks or the Huxtables? Or the Huxtables for me.
Yeah. Random question: Skittles or M and M's? M and M's.
Skittles.
Skittles is good though.
Yeah, I mostly just eat the sour. The original Skittles is okay, but the sour Skittles is what gets me. The original Skittles, I just sometimes don't have that. The aftertaste be kind of like, ugh.
Yeah. Yep.
I need a little spark in my tongue sometimes. Pause. Well, what do you want to? Well, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I got a homeboy that live out there. My homeboy Bernard, he lives out there.
Oh, what's up, Christopher White? Welcome to the chat.
He said the new Shabam album is okay in my opinion. His beats now aren't what his beats was in the '90s. And the new Shabam album, they go for the traps. Oh God, are you serious? You doing trap now?
I guess because that's what people's evolved and shit like that.
That's not evolving though. I mean, if you're an artist from the '90s and you're doing what's trendy now, I don't see that as evolving.
Oh, it's
Is it?
called Soulfly. Okay, appreciate it, Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie, can you send that to me if you have a chance?
The sales and online critical acclaim. It don't matter to me. It only matter to people that care about that stuff. Some of these albums we show, they ain't even sell like that. So that don't matter. Miss Jade, yeah, Miss Jade should have been bigger than what she was.
I never cared for the Bravehearts kid.
I don't like them. That album was terrible.
What a long day, Jesus. Pieces of a Man, AZ. Would it be crazy if I thought that was AZ's best album?
I like that album. That was a great sophomore album.
Like Do or Die was cool, but I feel like there was like two tracks I didn't really care for.
I like both of them. So I should have been promoted more though.
I even like 8, 9 Lives when AZ had it.
Yes, Nine Lives was dope. Asiatic was dope too.
Yo, Q, I just said the Bravehearts was trash.
It's like they want us to say it again or something. I don't understand.
Say my name.
Better lyricist, I-20 or Ti? Ti.
Shit. I'm gonna have to go with Ti too. That's what's up, Sam. Rappers with the most consistent discography. Scarface. um,
Rick Ross,
Kendrick.
J. Cole,
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Kanye West,
Heavy D and the Boys. Tupac.
Cypress Hill,
Shit, we can go all night, man. Shit.
Conway, Benny, Rock Marcy, right?
I would say Too Short.
Currency, I mentioned earlier.
Like I said, we can go all night with it.
You know,
Oh shit. Better lyricist, Ross or Siegel. Siegel.
yes, Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, but Moonflower, Kendrick's 4 albums have been very good, classic,
Mm-hmm.
changed the game. Like you can't really say
Mm-hmm.
that about Drake and shit
And
like
his
that.
and his mixtapes, and his mixtapes.
Right.
Overly dedicated, Section 80.
And if you throw in the Black Panther soundtrack and an Untitled Unmastered album, come on, man.
Yeah,
What year was better for hip hop? 95 and 96?
96.
Eesh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to go with 96 too. Yeah. Power mentioned your favorite rapper. Try
Same with the Outlaws. They're not consistent. With what?
consistently bad.
They were good with Pac. They ain't dropped nothing classic since he died.
I think good is a stronger word.
Well, I thought they were good with Pac, but on their own, nah, they ain't got nothing on their own that's good.
Yeah, West Side's discography was pretty good too.
Yeah,
So
it's consistent. You don't say shit though. You know,
hey yo,
it's the same thing. The same thing he says over and over.
favorite music artist that never got hooked on drugs. Well, sometimes you never know, man. Shit, but
Well, we supposed to
um,
know that.
Stevie, I guess.
He could be.
I mean,
He could
that's
be
what I'm
right
saying. You never
now.
know.
He could be coking up right now as we speak. We don't know that.
Gangstar's. Oh, I forgot
Yeah, Doom.
Gangstar.
Yeah, Doom. Doom was great. He had a great discography.
Ludacris.
You love West Side Gun? Quote something from West Side Gun. I think he says the same shit.
I love that track, Elizabeth. Though.
Yeah, I
Can't
mean, he got
nobody fuck with me.
great. It was a great album. He got great projects, but he says the same shit over and over, and it becomes redundant after a while.
Hmm.
But he got some great albums. Supreme Blind Hell was great. All of the Hitler with Hermes mixtapes and stuff.
What do you think of the rapper Boss?
For her one album, I thought it was dope, underrated. I mean, she had one album, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It's just the way you said. Oh, for her one. It's the way you
But
said it. It's just
bro, it's like now people recognize that album. When that shit came out back then, nobody was
exactly.
talking about it like that. They wasn't talking about that album.
I want to talk about the album one day, but I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even the biggest Boss fan when I first heard her.
Yeah, like I
That
wasn't
I don't wanna feel like.
I wasn't a huge fan of that when that came out.
And then she lie about her gangster image or some shit, or
Something like that.
she had like a CB4 lifestyle or some
No,
shit.
no, Eminem discography not consistent. It's consistently bad right now.
I feel like Royce is more consistent than them. What do I do? The one thing about that Boss album, the beats Eric Sermon did, or
Hmm.
fire. He should have kept that for that No Pressure album.
Right.
Imagine Eric on that fucking EPMD on that deeper beat and shit.
Hmm.
Come on,
Yeah.
Parrish would have went in.
Favorite track on the Dynasty?
Where have you been?
I like You, Me, Him, and Her,
Mm.
and the intro. The intro was great.
Favorite track off 444.
The story OJ.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with on Bam.
That was good too.
I'm not a big
Where's
Slim
my
Jesus
glasses?
fan.
Who?
He's a white rapper named Slim
Oh,
Jesus.
wow. That name sounds bad.
Shit, man, I feel sorry for Christians, man. What's that, man? Oh, De La Soul, man.
De La Soul.
Consistent.
Oh yeah, De La definitely.
Eminem is the most streamed artist in Spotify.
For what?
This halftime show is gonna be lit.
Yeah, I hope. They got a lot to do in 12 minutes. What dope collab or fantasy album y'all would want or wish that would be released in the 90s? Mine would be a Busta Rhymes and ODB, 96 and 97.
Hmm.
Well, we actually do a show like that on IG Live like every week, and we talk about like dream collab albums and stuff. So, um, I would say like Busta Rhymes and Chuck D, produced by Pete Rock.
I would say Space and Cube.
That's dope. The Far Side or Digital Underground.
Oh, Digital Underground for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, same.
Well, you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What happened?
I know it was a power me. I don't. I don't want to say shit.
Do you think Eminem got your stuff from Redman? I don't understand.
He did say he was influenced by Redman.
Did he? I thought it was Master Ace.
Master A. He was influenced by like a lot of nicknames, like LL, Park, Redman.
Can you have a pop crossover success without selling out? I don't think you could.
I
Like
think
I don't.
so.
How?
I mean, Kendrick had pop success and he didn't sell out.
Not yet. Not yet.
Let's not get carried away.
I mean, it's happened to Common. It's happened to Buster. You know, Ben wanted a Styles and Banks album. Yeah, that should have happened a long time ago. Nas and Tupac in '96. That would have been a good album.
They were supposed to have done some stuff together too.
What about Lupe? What about Lupe? Is Lupe a pop artist? I don't see him as a pop artist.
Nah.
I don't know what the hell he is. I don't know what he is anymore. Food and Liquor. That's my favorite.
Mm. Be humble. Sit
If
down.
Kendrick comes out, there was a rumor that he was coming out with a rock album. If he comes out with a rock album, that's as crossover as you could get,
Man, we've been hearing about this new Kendrick album for how many years now?
right? And both were bad albums, so
Well, Lasers and Jogas.
yeah, I didn't like neither of them.
It
Doom and Ghostface, that should have happened. They waited too long.
will never get that.
Yeah, not now. I mean, they did songs together, but do you think that's gonna sound like a new Danger? I don't know what it's gonna sound like. With Kendrick, you never know.
Kendrick's working on a movie with South Park creator.
What is he doing? An animated film?
I don't know. Most def black on both sides will comment like, ooh, black on both sides for me.
I gotta go with like Water for Chocolate, man. I think that was a flawless album by Common.
My own message, I don't know. Well, there's a few more people. The flip mode and tribe album around 97 would have been dope.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Did you guys hear unreleased tracks on Manual Waters? Who?
Who the hell is that?
Do you mean Muddy Waters? You heard Tretch is gonna make a solo album produced by Eminem. Oh God.
I don't want to hear that, dude.
Imagine the LL and Gangstar project. Yeah, Primo never did shit with LL.
He did like one. I think it was like unreleased though.
Oh wow.
LL and Gangsta. I don't know.
Imagine LL on the Midnight Marauder beats.
Right? I could see him on that.
Oh yeah. Hell, I might do a 14 shots in the Marauders, like
14
take the
shots of
midnight.
14 shots of Marauders.
Yeah. Or midnight to the dome.
Right. I could hear that.
You just gotta find them LL Cool J a cappella 14 shots of the dome shits.
Right. Tupac, are you still down? That was dope.
Yeah, I wonder that new Kendrick album, Oklahoma, will be released February 4th. A new Kendrick album.
Overrated album from the 90s. An overrated hip hop 90s album. I can't think of any right now. Maybe the score, like I mentioned last week. The album is overrated now, but it's just for the wrong reasons.
Do you think Common is a good actor? Yeah, alright.
When Crime Apple coming back, Crime Apple just came out with an album over the summer with Muggs.
Reg, what do you like to do in your spare time? I like to throw rocks at cars when they're parked and shit.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I just like to throw rocks at cars and just break the windows and shit. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. Yeah, it's just whatever go with the flow, you know. I like to play video games, like to read sometimes and shit.
Right.
Sleep. I'm weak. Okay. Yeah, All Eyes on Me is overrated in my opinion. It's good, but the album is too long.
Too long. It's a double album. What you think was gonna do? It's supposed to be like that. What's Timbaland beats? You asked us this last week.
Sometimes I just ash, just
We talked
ash.
about this already. We talked about worst Swiss beats, all that stuff. You want a new Fab project to come out? I ain't waiting for no Fab project. I'm not keep big on Fab like that. So
Yeah, I'm good on that too.
this song was good.
I'd rather have a new Afro Man project.
Some of the songs are forgettable.
On what?
On All Eyes on Me. I don't think no song on there is forgettable. I think every song is dope in its own way. Hits to Hop is it? Well, you enjoy your hits to Hop. As long as you like it, that's all that matters.
Hipster.
If you say so.
Hipster. You're killing me tonight.
You rather listen to Fabulous than Nelly? Okay. Most underrated album in '97.
Diamond D, hatred, passion, and infidelity.
There you go.
What album, Q?
Artifacts that's them. Doesn't sound dated. It don't sound dated to me either. Do you watch Steven Universe? I don't know who that is.
I hate Steven Universe.
Who the hell is that?
It's a cartoon.
Oh, never heard of it. I shot you or 4321.
I shot you.
I love both of those songs.
I feel like the beat and I shot you was just more cinematic and shit.
Track masters.
4 3 2 1. It was like it was just too simple, I guess. But yeah, Frederick, I knew Life After Death was supposed to
Really?
be a
It's
yeah.
really when?
It was originally, but they saw the success of All Eyes on Me and Puff wanted to
Yeah, I
capitalize on it.
remember reading in the vibe that he was planning a double album for that.
Well, I read that he was doing a single album,
The
but
single
Puff
one.
wanted it to be a double. Yeah,
Wow.
you learn from your enemies. That's what that does.
Right. Have you ever? Yes, I used to watch Spawn on the miniseries.
Yeah, I haven't seen Spawn in years though.
Yeah, it's been forever. I'm not a fan of it, but I respect the show on Rebecca Sugar. What is that?
I
Rebecca
think
Sugar.
he was talking about Steven Universe.
Oh,
How was that 4 3 2 1 felt like a reggae hip hop track.
really?
Dun, dun,
I
dun,
don't. I don't
dun,
know.
dun.
Reggae hip hop.
I'm like, did White Clef make this beat? But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night and shit. Um, I think like the next planned video I have is that Janet Jackson documentary.
Oh,
But if I do a chat this week, I do and shit. I'm just trying to catch up on like a lot of stuff to handle this week. But again, this has been fun as fuck. Y'all already know for February 6th, it's a surprise review and a collection video. So got about 2 more weeks. I think I might go album hunting one more time and shit like that. And I'll be good. Probably next weekend and shit. But because my homeboy gave me 3 vinyls today and shit like that. So I'm just like, cool.
all right.
I appreciate it. This always try.
No doubt.
And I will see you guys sometime this week. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.